Hello and welcome back to my scrap room. My name is Jennifer Perry and today we're going to be working on a layout that is a continuation of the layouts from last week. It's going to be using the same colors because it's using the same theme photographs. It's when we went to Universal Studios for Hogwarts and I wanted all the layouts to be the same color scheme. So I think this layout and one more that's going to be using the same color scheme because they all go together. So I have my photographs, I have Heather, Glacier, and this is from the frosted paper pack which was retired years and years and years ago. I also have these itty bitty house coat of arms that we found at Universal. They were actually trading pins and I cut the backs off with a pair of tin snips to make them more scrapbooker friendly. So these are itty bitty little house coat of arms that I'm going to be using. The other thing I'm going to be using is, I have a scrapbooking friend, well, I don't know her. I have a scrapbooking person that I look up to, Inky Quill. She's out of Australia. I watch her videos so much that she feels like a friend, and I know she's not, and it sounds really stupid and weird, but when I can't sleep at night, I watch Inky. But she uses a lot of doilies. She is a big multimedia person, which I try to do multimedia and my stuff looks like a kindergartner came out. Her stuff is absolutely fantastical. She uses a lot of doilies, but for this particular layout that I needed, it needed straight doilies. I only have circle doilies. So what I did, let me put this away before I lose it, is on Amazon, I found this punch. And it's by EK Success. It's a doily punch. And what I did is I punched out on vellum a straight line doily. And with this punch it's super simple. They've really improved the punches from when we first started using punches to do straight line stuff. I also gave myself about an inch to do the adhesive because it's going to be hiding under paper. So the paper is going to butt right up to this. But I found this on Amazon this week actually. Today is April 24th, I believe, of 2019. So I found it this week, ordered it. It might become my new favorite punch. You guys know the dovetail punch is my favorite punch. This might take that over. Because I love doilies. I just can't always use a round doily. So anyway, first thing we're going to do is put our labels on the back so we don't forget where we're going when it's time to put everything away. These are just labels to say Family 2013 because these layouts go in my Family 2013 album. And I'm going to set these aside because these are the base pages. Next up is the mats. And again, I need another piece of Glacier because I did the same thing on my last one. 4 4x6 photos, so I need one more piece of Glacier because I need to cut it at 6 1/4 and 4 1/4. So hold on. Oh, I have one right here. Right there. In my scrappy pile. I'm going to set this aside for a moment and let's cut our mats. I'm going to start with the scrappy piece first. See how much I can get out of that. So 6 1/4. Let's go this direction. 6 1/4. Put that aside because obviously I'm still using it. 4 1/4. Don't think this is 4 1/4. I can. 4 1/4. Okay, so there's 2 of my mats. Let's do 6 1/4 with this one. Set this aside because I still have more layouts to do. I'll do 4 1/4. And set that aside. I'm going to do my photographs really quickly. Make sure I've got them all in the right. This might not be that paper. Okay. So this is the Hogwarts Chorus or Hogwarts Choir. really enjoyed them. With my husband, my daughter, and myself all being choir geeks, this was rather enjoyable for us. My daughter and my husband have, oop, there's another. Okay. My daughter and my husband and myself, my daughter and my husband, I'll spit it out in a second, they have better voices than I do. I had a fairly decent voice at one time. I don't know what happened to it, but I had a fairly decent voice. And I think it went away. But my daughter and my husband have fantastical voices. This one, I think I'm going to cut it down. Not sure just yet, so I'm going to leave it in its original form until I'm sure of where I want to put it. And then, we're going to do 3 by 11 because my doilies are only 11 inches. So let's do it that way. Let's do 3 on either side. The sketch only shows on one side, but I think I'll do both sides. Let's do 6. And then do 1. To make it 11 inches. And then do 3. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Alright, so we're going to put this my magnet down to hold it straight. I almost did it backwards. Then I'm going to do another adhesive on top of that. And I'm going to do this one. So there's that. Let's do the other side real fast. Using the grid on my Tim Holtz mat to help me keep everything straight. The magnet does not keep everything absolutely still through my mat, but it does keep everything from blowing around when I have my ceiling fan on. Okay, so there we go. And now they want that, 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 that. Okay, so I had to stop the camera for a moment because I was having a brain fart. But in the process of the brain fart, I took a phone call, looked back over, and the layout spoke to me. The way the original, and yes, I'm stuttering because I'm excited because my brain finally figured it out. The way that the layout originally looked was this and that. And then it was supposed to be some journaling through here. Well, to my brain, that's a bit plain. I couldn't do it. I tried. My brain was just like, nope, that's not going to work for you. So I wanted to incorporate the coat of arms, but just sitting them like that, they get lost. So then I thought, well, okay, we can cut some circles because this is supposed to be a circle. Let's cut some circles and incorporate the circles. And then my brain went nuts. So it's going to be a little bit more labor intensive, what I have in mind. But when I am done, it's going to be beautiful. So let me assemble one of these so you can see what I'm doing. And then I will stop the camera for just a moment, do this part of it, bring it back in and show you the second part. But for this part, we're going to do this for real fast. I'm using foam tape because it is still, I don't know if you can see, but where I cut off the little end is still a little bit protruding. So I'm using foam tape to kind of raise it up a little bit. It's what I do when I buy these little things, and which I do when I'm at Disney. Anything related to a layout that I might be doing that I can't get anywhere else, I will buy a pen. So you can still see it under there, but it's okay. It's going to fix it to where the little pokey part doesn't poke through the paper. So I'm going to finish doing these and then I'll come back real fast and show you what the rest of the design is going to be. Okay, so you know I can't leave well enough alone. You have figured out that if it can be stitched, I'm going to stitch it. So what I need to do is make sure that my circle is at least this big. So second one out. Alright. Alright, that works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch random circles. All over both pages. Oops, I needed that one. And it's the same concept as I always use. You just have to be a wee bit more careful that you stay in the circle that you are intending to be in. Pardon my head, this is what it looks like when I don't blow dry it, so it's wild. And the mink thread worked so well on the last layout that I'm going to go ahead and bring that color scheme in also. because I want it to have a random look. I don't want it to be, there we go. Don't want it to be too studied. Now this is going to be one of those pages that it's going to be, put a movie in, listen to a good book, because the stitching is going to take a while, but it is going to be worth it. Now the other way to make sure you've got all your holes is flip it over. If there's nothing missing, you've got all your holes. And I'm going to keep going. Again, this one's going to be labor intensive. I'm just going to put a movie on and stitch to my heart's content. But the final product is going to be gorgeous. This template is from Brazil Basics paper. I think I bought it at a scrapbook store back when we had scrapbook stores. And it is just a perfect circle template of graduated circles. You may or may not notice, but when I find a really good stitching template, I hang on to it. Because stitching is my favorite way to add some dimension without adding a bunch of weight. Or not, I'm sorry, how to add some dimension without a lot of money, because the thread is typically 25 cents a skein, and I get double because I break it down into 3 strands instead of 6 strands, so it is a very economical way of adding a little something to your page without breaking your bank. Lay out my photos real fast and just verify my placement. Okay, this guy's going to be covered up, so let's make an X on that one because he's going to be covered up. There's no reason to stitch him if he's not going to be needed. So that one is good. Okay, so that one's set. And then I need one up there. And then the rest of them can be random. So I don't know if you can see, but I'm kind of able to see where my hole placements are. For the next round. So let's stop and check placement real fast. I need one there. There it is. I'm about to say, where's my cup? Alright, so I'm going to stop the camera. I'm going to stitch this out using the mink, and I do have more mink in my little container. Using the mink, and I will come back when I'm finished stitching and we will finish this up. But again, this is the template that I'm using. It says 2008, so I don't know if they carry it. They may have it on Amazon, I'm not sure. But I'm going to keep going. I'm going to put on a movie real fast and start stitching. And we're back. You'll notice the lighting has changed in the room a little bit because it is getting dark. It is now 8 o'clock in the evening, but I didn't spend it all sewing. I stopped, took a break, took a shower, got cleaned up, had dinner, went and got cupcakes because I'm reading a book. It's called Savor the Moment by Nora Roberts. And every time I read this book, and yes, I read it quite a bit, every time I read this book, I start craving cupcakes because she is a wedding baker. And you just can't read this book without craving a cupcake. So there, okay, and there. And then we have that one there. And then I have you there. You there. You there. You there and you there. How's that look? Or you look better there? No, you look better over here. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get this tacked down. If I can get my chair scooted over. Because I'm over so much thread, let's use this. You wouldn't think having nail polish on would make a difference. Holy crap. That is a loud airplane. Oh, you can see the adhesive a little bit on that one, but that's okay. Cut your adhesive a wee shorter, and that won't be a problem. So this ended up being not even half a sheet of vellum, probably a quarter of a skein of DMC thread, pattern paper, cardstock, and some trading pins from Universal Studios. Again, the easiest way to take the pins off the back is with a pair of tin snips or wire cutters, depending on how thick the pin is on the back. Who knew that getting your nails done would make it so hard to scrapbook? Ha, ha, ha. That's easier. And just like that, we have completed layouts. So here is the side by side. I may go through and add some sparkles. Don't know yet. I'm going to let it sit and talk to me for a little bit. But here is side one. Side two. And side by side. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it that you take a moment out of your day to spend just a little bit of time with me. Until next time, happy scrapping. Bye-bye.